Welcome back into the grind. Since we last met, the Cajuns hit a bit of a rough patch. 2 losses in the midweek, 2 losses in Houston, and 2 wins in between. But there's a lot of baseball left, so I'm not jumping off the bandwagon, and I know you're not either. Let's take a look back at how we got there. Pace yourself, Cajun Nation. We got a lot of action to get through. After a trip to Ruston, the Cajuns headed out to Houston for some top-level talent in the Shriners Classic. On Friday, Gunnar Leger was good on the mound, but TCU's offense was just too much, hanging 7 runs on the board for a victory. On Saturday, Wyatt Marks started things off very well on the mound, and Hogan Harris took over with 5 strikeouts in relief. Tony Robichaux was actually tossed from that game thanks to a terrible call from the umpire. And then in the 9th inning, the Cajuns had a chance to tie things up with Dylan Moore on the mound. Unfortunately, some errors cost them, which was also a trend for a couple of the other games, and they lost that game 5-3 in the 10th inning. On Sunday, though, they bounced back with a 4-2 victory thanks to a home run from Stephen Trosclair. Slump? What slump? He carried that over into a midweek victory over UNO, where the Cajuns came all the way back from a 4-1 deficit, and then McNeese got the better of them, and they had a 4-run inning. Here's an ugly stat that Tony Robichaux does not like. In all of their losses, they've allowed over 3-run inning. That's his pet peeve, and he doesn't like it. But it's time for a bit of a bright spot. Time for your grinder of the week. Your grinder of the week is Joe Robbins. Yum! That's for you, Section A. Robbins wasn't a regular starter last year, but he has definitely locked things down in the lineup in the 2016 season. Robbins is playing shortstop now after starting the year at third base, and he's riding an 8-game hit streak. To make it even better, he's got 5 extra base hits in the last 5 games too. The Cajuns are going to need his pop now that Kyle Clement's out for the next month with a broken hand. Now, let's look forward at the upcoming opponent. First off, I have exciting news, Cajun Nation. We are back at the Tigue. Sacred Heart University comes into town, and they're 0-3 on the season, allowing 35 runs in those 3 games. I'm not saying the Cajuns should take anyone for granted. I'm just saying they'll have a good chance to get those bats going. How will the lineup look with Kyle Clement out? Coach Robichaux definitely has a lot of options in the outfield, so you'll probably see him shuffle the deck a couple times. You'll see your same starters on Friday, Gunnar Leger, Saturday, Wyatt Marks, and then Sunday, fantastic freshman Nick Lee tries to follow up a good performance against Rice on Sunday. If you can't make it out to the Tigue for the games this weekend, make sure to tune in on KPEL 96.5 and follow along all season long here on The Grind.